Vulnerability is power. One of the things which has been greatly challenging for me, and I believe for many men, and even women, or however you identify with nowadays, it is challenging to be vulnerable, to be open, to be honest, to be transparent, mainly about how you feel or what's going on inside of you. And even that all starts with just being vulnerable, open towards yourself. I've had so many times where I didn't want to acknowledge that I felt like shit or that I felt a certain way because I had ideas in my mind that this wasn't okay. This is not how one or a man should conduct himself. But what I've discovered is most important is truth, honesty. Where are you at? How are you feeling? First and foremost, towards yourself. And this is challenging to many beings to admit how they actually feel on some part of their level. I had to admit I felt lost, I felt angry, there was some hurt going on inside of me. But by not acknowledging that, by trying to be positive, but in a suppressing kind of way, like in a resisting kind of way. There's nothing wrong with being positive, but if you use it to suppress something, then there might be something wrong, because whatever you resist persists. But when I finally allowed those feelings to come up, I could just see it as just energy. Once I stopped judging myself for feeling like shit from time to time, then you can actually work with it, and the energy can just move through you. And if you don't label it as negative or try and suppress it, this energy then becomes available to you and you can utilize it, you can channel it actually towards your acts, towards your purpose, towards your calling. Because all of these emotions are just guidance. They're just showing you where your thoughts are in alignment and where they're not. And you want this feedback. You want to use these feelings where you do not feel satisfied, where you feel frustrated, you feel angry, you feel not heard. You want to bring those up to the surface so you can look at them, acknowledge them, integrate them, and move forward. And all of this is an automatic process. But it all starts with you just being honest with yourself. You don't have to be honest to anyone else just yet. Just start with yourself. Just be honest right now. Maybe place your hand on your heart and ask yourself, how do I feel? Am I happy? Am I satisfied? Am I grateful? From top to bottom, 100%. And if not, great. This means you got some room to grow. The frequency of vulnerability, for me, resonates really closely with purity, with honor, with sincerity. And I don't know how accurate this study is, but I've heard this go around on the internet, and to my estimate, it's quite accurate. Authenticity is actually the highest vibration. And you could say in that sense also your truest vibration. So if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling sad, if something is bothering you, sometimes the most truest thing you can do is to just admit that. Because when you truly admit that, it's like your body, your system relaxes. It's no longer unconsciously fighting how you actually feel, even if you're feeling desperate or lost. This is okay. It's part of this game here on Earth. It's actually the vibrational manure, like the vibrational fertilization, that will actually help you grow massively and turn the lead, turn it into gold. You are here for a powerful purpose, for a great mission, you can say. What would that mission be without any obstacles, without any challenges on your path? Would you ever go see a movie where there's no story arc, no great redemption, no real challenge or learning? It's all part of the play. So start by being okay with being vulnerable until you can't stand how vulnerable you are, and then be even more vulnerable, be even more pure, be even more sincere. First in the comfort of your own being, in your own heart, and then you will become more brave, more courageous. You will be able to express it to others. You'll be a beacon of authenticity, of sincerity, of staying true to what is alive for you. And everyone is waiting for that permission to just be themselves. So please, give this permission to yourself to be authentic, to be real, to look yourself in the mirror, and to actually become, in a sense, fully naked, to fully put all the cards out on the table. This is where I'm at, this is how I feel, this is what's up. Only when we acknowledge that, then we can move forward. The first step is always to accept. Accept all the parts of you, even the shadow, even the tired, sad, angry, whatever it may be. Embrace it, accept it, and you will start to notice that just by being vulnerable, you will actually notice that you are indestructible. This is what you could call the end game of being vulnerable, or practicing being vulnerable or pure. Indestructibility. Because there will be a point when you recognize you are untouchable. Nothing has ever touched you. Nothing will ever touch you. In the gazillions of lifetimes, in all the experiences, in all the appearances, nothing has ever made a dent in your nature. Nothing has ever truly touched you. So relax and know that this is the case, while at the same time also accepting the relative perspective where you feel like I am vulnerable, I can be hurt. Because to some extent that is also correct. Within the illusion you're very vulnerable to a certain extent. But this does not mean that you shouldn't be vulnerable. Use that. Become indestructible again. Through the practice of being vulnerable, of being true, of being pure, authentic. Your light will start to shine. It's from one of my favorite songs, Truth, from Alexander Ebert, I think is the name. And in there they say as well, your darkness is shining. It's where all the power is at, where all the expansion, the greatest growth comes from your shadow, all the things you do not want to acknowledge. When has eating that bar of chocolate ever helped you in getting further in your destiny, your purpose? Not saying it can also help you, but in the heartbreak, in the challenge, in being so tied in with your own ideas that you cannot see the trees through the forest or the forest through the trees. Embrace it, the entire spectrum of life. All the high notes, but also all the low notes. Just like on the piano, you want the full scale, you want the full harmony of music, you want all of it. The full spectrum. That's why you're here, especially on Earth, where drama runs high. So find your truth, find your tune, and learn to weave in all the tunes from high to low. And let that vulnerability shine bright. Be a beacon for others. Let them know it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No matter what happens, you're good. Everything will fall perfectly into place. It will all be worth it. It is all worth it. All that there is for you to do is to just stay true. Be authentic, be pure, be vulnerable. Start inwardly, just being vulnerable to yourself. And then the rest will follow. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your awareness. Stay true, my friend. I'll see you in the next one.